Hi, welcome to Sonic Sunday School. This week we're going to talk about chord voicings and how to build them. I chose that little passage. It's a Dream Theater song because it has a couple of different voicings in it. You go from a D chord to another voicing of a D chord. And the E chord, instead of playing, they're actually playing, and this is an E chord, it's just a different way to play it. You're playing the, root, fifth, but you've put the note down here, and so I'm not going to go into some really harder to figure out chords like that. I decided on using the ninth, because it's a fairly simple chord. Some people may find it a little hard to play because of the stretch, but we can always play it farther up the neck if we want at first. But I mostly wanted to focus on how we figure out what makes a ninth. Well, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that in the major scale you've got 7 notes, and the 8th is the octave. So, if the 8th is the octave, the 9th would be also the 2nd, because you're starting over. So 8, 9 is 1 and 2. But if you're wanting to play it, say, A, so, your other note would be right here, and with your root, you can't play these 2 notes at the same time. So what you're going to have to do is find a higher version of this note to play in the chord. Well, the easiest way to do it is just jump to the octave of that. So when you're building the chord, you would omit the 3rd because you don't have enough fingers. So you would play the root, the 5th, and the 9th, which is the octave of the 2nd. So you get that chord. Sorry for the cut. It's still allergy season, and I had to stop and have an allergy sneezing attack. Anyway, back to the 9th. So that would be how you would build a 9th. You would figure out where that 9th note, what that 9th note is, because you've got. So you would put together your 9th like that. And it's used in a lot of songs, actually, that you may not think about. Things like, that's all 9th chords. You've got, I don't remember the name of the band, but and they use the 9th chord that way too. And I'm probably not going to remember how to play this right. Anyway, that wasn't a 9th chord, that last one, the build up. But they use a lot of 9th chords in their songs. But they're used in a lot of different songs. So it's a good chord to have under your fingers. And you do get some really long stretches. You pretty much can't, or at least with the length of my fingers, I know a lot of people will hang their thumb on the top of the neck. I have to put my thumb in the middle of the back of the neck to play these. It's just I don't have super long fingers. I'm always envious of guys like Paul Gilbert that have seemingly just super long fingers, but I don't have that. So a lot of things that comes easier to them, I have to really stretch for, and you'll see me, live. I'll be almost bent over on the guitar just to get my thumb in the correct position to have the stretch. But yeah, so you can either do things like that, like add an extra note, be it a ninth or something like that, or you can figure out an inversion of the chord. Play chords as triads instead of regular bar chords. You can, play them higher up. You can do a bar chord, or you can play the triad. Now, one thing I went over in a previous video, it was a real short video, was actually taking the fifth and putting it on the base of the chord. So if you were playing a D chord, you would actually play the A note because it is the lower octave of the fifth. So that would give you, instead of this. Same chord, you're just adding a note that's already in the chord. It doesn't change the voicing of it as far as major or minor or anything like that. It just thickens up your chord. But these are kinds of things that you'll want to play with. We had a song in a previous band that we had written, and the singer played rhythm guitar as well. So he played, chords. And what I did was I started playing, I guess you'd call them arpeggiated triads over. It would be like, and I was doing that kind of stuff over top. Now, those weren't the chords, but that was the idea. While he played I just figured out what the chords were up here, and played that over top instead of doubling his rhythm. So it can also be used as a writing tool to give it melody. I apologize. I'm with these allergies, sneezing. I get mouth dry, tongue tied, things like that. So I apologize for that. But this time of year, I just can't avoid it. And anyway, for the music, yeah, it's good practice to figure out what these chords are and then throw them in something so you're comfortable changing to that chord. Because some of these chords, like this E, so if you're playing something like that Dream Theater song at the beginning of the video, you won't have any problems switching between chords. It's not just enough to, I think, practice a song that has a unique chord in it. It's good to have that just under your fingers so you can just go to it. I know that adds a lot to things to remember, but in the long run it really will help, especially if you're learning songs. And I'm not talking about using tab or going to a YouTube video and watching someone else play it. There's value in that, but as I've mentioned before in the ear training video, there's value in being able to hear what something is on a recording and going, oh, I know what that sounds like because I've played it before. So it is a really good idea to practice these things. Put together, sus2s or add 9s or, things like that, and get an idea what they sound like. Get an idea of how to finger them on the fretboard, so you're not, playing, oops, I didn't get that right, So when you land on a note, you're landing on a clean note, or a chord. And and every note will come through. And yeah, I mean, it's just takes time and practice. I do have a video that I'm going to record about time and practice, because some people have emailed me and asked, well, what should I practice? Well, that's different for everybody. So instead of just hitting it real quick in this video, I'm going to do a whole video on it. And I know other guitar teachers on YouTube have covered this, but I appreciate you watching mine and getting my take on it. Some of you have noticed, because you've emailed me, that at the end of the video I tag a picture on the end with an email address, and you can email me questions there if you don't want to leave a comment. Sometimes people want to ask a question but don't necessarily want everybody and their brother to see the question and throw in their 2 cents. So yeah, you can go ahead and email me there. It's sonicsundayschool@gmail.com, but it'll be tagged at the end of this video, just like all the other videos, so you can email me there. For some reason I can't get the messaging to work now on YouTube. When I first put the channel up, messaging seemed to work, but now it doesn't. And I don't know if they changed something in the user agreement or something like that, but I just decided to put an email up so people can contact me that way. Because not everybody wants to comment, and that's fine. But I hope you are getting something valuable out of these videos. If you are, please share them, like them, subscribe to my channel, because that's really the only way I know that there are people that are interested in seeing what I'm doing. Is to subscribe, contact me via email, comment, things like that. If there comes to a point where I lose all my subscribers and nobody's emailing me, there's no reason for me to do the videos. Because if nobody's going to see them, what's the point? I'm just trying to help out and put little hints and tips and tricks out there. There are other guitar players that do whole courses from start to finish. That's not really what my goal was with this channel. It was more to give tips, tricks, hints, little insights into playing. I've been playing for 20 plus years now, and I've played in bands, I've recorded in studio, I've done all kinds of stuff. And I'm hoping that, with at least the experience that I have, that I can share and, improve somebody's playing out there, or at least give you a different idea, or inspire you to do something different, or just inspire you to pick up the guitar. Well, that's all we have for this week, and until next time, enjoy yourself, have fun, and keep playing. Alright? Thanks.